Won-Jin, at night, behind Namsan, there's a secret council of meeting of...
Squirrels?
No, raccoons. Korean raccoons. They all gather. Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, this is JoeJinMovieSoAwesome. I'm Joe.
I'm Won-Jin.
Today we're going to start off with Agatha All Along. All 9 episodes. Season 1 / Season 2 of WandaVision. This is a full spoilers review for the entire series.
Yeah.
So please come back live.
And also WandaVision.
Yeah. And every Marvel movie ever made. Please come back later after you watch them. Here we go. Oh, and big shout out to ZZ, Scott Walker, Kayla Marie, Jasmine, Rick Ponzu, Russian ID, Uichan Hong in the house, baby. And I cook for my wife and all our 45 subscribers. What's up, Scott?
Hey, boys. How are you doing this week? Very busy week. Did you get my comments from the other day? What are we going to talk about? I cannot wait.
Look, I was thinking, Walker, we can just put the title in something like Halloween something, and then we can talk about everything you said in the comment.
Yeah.
From Last Jedi, Star Wars, everything you want. But what's up, ZZ? But Walker, we're gonna do Agatha All Along, and then Penguin episode 6 review, and then do that. So if you're looking to talk about what you want to talk about, come back later a little bit. So, or you can just stay with us right now. What's up, ZZ? And anyway. So, Won-Jin, you know, I think this show continues the trend of, they used to call it like anti-hero, right? But I don't believe that. No, but I don't believe that anymore. The trend today is straight up villains, and then it's like
no regrets.
Yeah, like Tony Soprano is watching all his successors like whoa, you know, and. I mean, we're watching Penguin, so it rings a bell. But I gotta say, Agatha All Along, I want to give my overall impression first. In the beginning, it was sort of a slow burn, but it turns out the writing was impeccable. All of them were setups. And around episode 4, I started to get the payoffs. And then episode 7 was amazing. The one with...
Lilia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was my favorite episode.
Amazing episode. And then 8, 9, so tender yet horrifying at the same time. Like Agatha bonding with her son over serial killing these other witches. I was like, man, I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about this.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, ZZ saying hi to Jin. Hey, Jin, if you would do a Halloween, would you do a communist supreme leader? Man, isn't that subtly like Kim Jong-un?
Yeah, I think maybe it's because of the hair thing right now.
Oh, okay.
The great leader hairstyle.
Yeah, but I was just like, it was I thought it was just like the actors did such a great job. Like and Aubrey Plaza turning out to be Death, that was like the best casting ever. Like, cause I mean, we know her as an actor. She's been very great in other movies. But I think this is possibly her best role so far.
And I love how, like, after that discovery, we look back and we realize that there had been these subtle hints.
Yeah.
Because I was always wondering, it's like, why is she laughing every time they're facing these, like, new quests on the road? Because she looks so chill.
Yeah.
It's like, what can you do to me?
Yeah, the mother of all serial killers. Like she's laughing every time. I love Jenny's comment, like she's crazy. And I even liked and I gotta say, this is one of the most like likable portrayals of gay and lesbian so far for me. Like very likable, and it's really integral to the story too. Especially Agatha's relationship with Death. Because Death being her mistress or lover or whatever makes complete sense by her behavior. And one of the reason why her relationship with her son is so powerful is because of that. I felt like it was such a... Like, their tender moments of them coming up with the death song, it was all a hoax to attract poor witchy victims.
Down the road.
And Because episode 9? Yeah, 9. That was amazing because it wasn't dramatic at all, yet it was so powerful. I love the son when she decides, Mom, I don't want to lure witches and kill them today. And then that's the moment death comes and takes them away. I thought it was just fine writing and use of less is more, because they don't elaborate on it, but we understand that emotion.
And now that brings something that I want to mention. Yes, it was better than I expected, because after this announcement of the spin-off, I thought, okay, so is Marvel running out of ideas? Because remember, Agatha, yes, she was a memorable character in WandaVision, but that was it. A memorable side character. But where are they gonna go with the story anyway? She's a witch. And it turns out it was better than most other recent Marvel TV shows, except for maybe Loki. But one thing that kind of bothered me was the episode throughout the entire season, they didn't really feel coherent. So yes, there was some fine writing towards the end of the show, but to me they just seem completely independent from each other in terms of pacing, and also the way the story unfolds, and also probably intentionally omitting some of the details. They don't go into too much detail. So especially with the Lilia story, how she we kind of figure out that for her time is not linear. She jumps back and forth and stuff. So it in places where we actually needed some explanation, they chose not to explain things. So it's good, but also for me, especially when the episode jumps from character to character, I thought it was just kind of unkind.
Really though, because I have a little bit different take. I felt that up to episode 4, but starting with episode 4, I thought they did a great job, because the theme here is a little bit different than WandaVision is really about what we talked about, trauma and grief and the way we deal with it. But here, it's not only about trauma, but I felt this was a better show than WandaVision because the theme is about life and death. And unlike WandaVision here, because in WandaVision, death is almost treated as a non-existent. You know how, because in WandaVision, the vision isn't real, her family isn't real, so it kind of I don't know, it lessens the impact here. But I thought here this was a much more adult show because death is real here.
It's much more grim.
There's nothing fake about death here. But even Lilia's episode, I thought that was her time jump was also leading to the ending, because for Agatha and what's in the Billy, the past is real to them right now, the pain, and so I thought it was thematically rich. And to your point, I thought some set pieces were kind of out of place, but I thought later trials were kind of linked to that though, because remember, especially Lilia's card game,
the tarot.
I thought that was directly linked to the theme, and I thought the writer, the showrunner Lana Schaffer or something, did an amazing job here of pulling these different ideas together in a consumable entertainment show. Okay, I'm so sorry, but let's read some comments. I like this show. You talk about bond between mothers, and do you believe the bond between a mother and son is more stronger than a father and a daughter? I think each relationship have different how do you say, shades to it, I would say. But a mother and son bond is definitely strong.
And you can also find examples in the nature when you look at how animals behave. You definitely see that mother son or mother and children bond, but usually the father's not in the picture. So the bond between a mother and her son is basically indivisible. It's like it's like a link of steel.
Yeah, I mean, let's just say if you fall down in the water, your mother is more likely to save you than your father. Scott Walker Wells says, yeah, I'm more closer to my mom and my dad because every time I get upset, I want advice. I want to talk to she can always tell me. Yeah, I mean, Scott Walker, though, I don't think that's a mother and father thing. I think different family, some people will have a more father that does that and some family mother that does that, possibly. Zezzy, but the thing that confused me the most was the end. Like, Agatha is now a ghost, and what next? Is she dead for real? Is this temporary? Did she upgrade to a new form? I think that's the question because, Zezzy, remember in the ending scene, she can't touch the locket in the beginning, but she later does. So I think it's some sort of Casper thing where, like, if she gets control over her ghost power, she can affect the material world. Was the flesh Agatha like a caterpillar that now turned into a butterfly? Agatha, that is the ghost. That could be a symbolism that maybe you are interpreting that way. But that's possible. My mother, then my dad. Yeah, Scott Walker. So, but I think that'll be different for each family. But here, I like the fact that Nicholas is a son because of the strong lesbianism. That so if she had a daughter, I think having a son actually, I like that choice because it kind of offset the other thing. Yeah. Not that there's anything wrong with it.
To me, when I see like Lilia's episode, for example, what was it, episode 7? I kind of wish that the episode was a little longer, maybe like 5 to 10 minutes.
Yo, music, just jumping in randomly. Love you guys. Happy to catch you live. Yo, thank you, man.
What's up, music?
What's up, music? Thank you so much.
Music. Okay. Anyways, I kind of hoped the episode was maybe 5 minutes longer.
Okay.
Because that could have added in a lot more like detail to what was going on, and maybe I'm pretty sure maybe they had that part, but they had to cut it out to make the episode fit the time limit. So that's what I felt, and I like these like subtle throwbacks to old movies throughout the show, not just like Wizard of Oz and all these things, but like the last episode, that shit was like The Usual Suspects. When like the moment when the detective finds out that Kobayashi and all that story was made up by Kevin Spacey based on like stuff in his room. That was like a throwback to me.
Oh, and I like how Agatha knew all along. Like, she knew all along that Billy was Wanda's son. And, because we've seen other Marvel shows, right, Won-Jin? But this is like the best, for me, Billy's introduction is one of the best for a character that I thought was dead but came back to life, or new character introduction, like for me, because that actor was amazing. The casting here is great.
I've never seen that kid before, but I did some research, and it turns out in real life he's actually gay.
Okay. And
he's also like so far from being American. He's from the Isle of Man, from Britain. I think they have their own language and stuff.
So seriously?
So he pulled off that accent perfectly.
Yo, I thought he was straight American.
Yeah, just like Hugh Laurie from, what's his name? House MD. That guy's British as well, but he sounds more American than other Americans. Yeah,
but the fact that the main antagonist is death, I thought, links to the whole theme of the movie, because Billy is a rebirth. And Agatha is a serial killer that has
absorbs other people's life force.
Look, it's like Agatha, the difference between Billy and Agatha is their morality in a way, because Agatha's relationship with death is that she inflicts it. But Billy, him being that kind of a rebirth, because he's racked with guilt about taking this Kaplan's boy's body, right? So that his relationship with death is not over, and I thought Agatha turning it. So Zezzy, this goes to your point. I thought Agatha turning into a ghost is symbolic of her changed relationship with death. She's no longer just inflicting that; she's actually representing that a sort of death can be a beautiful renewal and make the serial killer person much better than she is.
And I was like, in the beginning, I was expecting after this journey down the witch's road that her character arc would maybe show us Agatha overcoming her like instinct. Remember even in WandaVision when she kills her entire coven, she says, "I can't help it." It kind of looks like she's like a pathological liar, first of all.
Yeah, she is.
And then second, it looks like she actually cannot help absorbing other people's power because she loves it so much. So I thought maybe she was gonna get over this in this season, but it turns out that doesn't happen.
No,
but instead she chooses her own death. And that scene when she's like kissing Rio and accepting her death, that for me initially was kind of difficult to understand. It's like, why did she make that choice?
Oh, really? I understood it right away because for me,
what's your explanation for it?
Because Billy is basically Nicholas to her, and remember how episode 9 kind of explains it because
she says she's not ready to face him.
Not only that, but when Nicholas died, there's this scene where she's mourning Nicholas, right? Because Nicholas, before he died, his last kind of hint was that I don't want to do this anymore, Mom. I don't want to kill people. And then she mourns him. As soon as the witch appears, she's like, "Fuck yeah!" and then we have a montage of her going with like full Son of Sam times 100.
I love like the detail on their attire, kind of hinting like what era they're in.
No, like full Ted Bundy over the generations. But when Billy appears, and then when she sets Billy free from the Billy Made Road, she plants the lock of Nicholas. I thought episode 9 explained episode 8 in that when she kissed Death, she's saying, for Billy, I'm gonna stop killing. Like she's giving up all that. So for me, it made immediate sense. Like Agatha was caring about Billy all along. She really did. She did care a little bit about the witches, but she's really caring about Billy. Because remember what Death said to her?
He's not yours.
Yeah. So and then Agatha was like, "Fuck you," and then, so it's kind of her redemption, like a mini redemption, because she's still a serial killer. By the way, she is not an anti-hero. She's straight villain. Okay, like, she's not Wanda Maximoff. She's straight villain. Okay, Scott Walker. I'm more scared of my mom because every time I get in trouble, I mean, Mom is that our first authority figure, yet our blank kid. Zezzy, do you agree that season 8 ended episode 8? Oh, and 9 was a bonus episode. Zezzy, I disagree because I felt like I think this depends. Won-Jin, like, did you like episode 8 better or 9 better? Because for me,
I actually liked episode 9 better.
Me too.
Because of that flashback story of Agatha and her son. Because without explaining to us the relationship she had with her son Nikki, I think the season would be incomplete. That's the feeling I got.
Yeah. So
like, I was thinking, it's like, why did they say this towards the end of the show? It's like, maybe because I think the show still could have made a lot of sense if that flashback was like early in the beginning.
Okay. No, but for me,
but maybe it's like a surprise.
For me, it was a power move because Billy's story was powerful, yes, but after watching episode 9, I felt the same way like you. I thought, because the show is called Agatha All Along, so it had to end with Agatha, and I thought, I disagree. I mean, I have a different opinion than you this year because I thought episode 9 completed the show, and it was. I guess I can see how it can seem like a very long mid-credit scene, but for me, it like thematically it made perfect sense. Like for like Agatha to get that focus, and episode 9 for me just completes all the puzzle before. Because
Right, Scott. Who are you guys more closer to? Your mom or your dad? Did your mother ever give you a look? She did not just give us a look when we were in trouble. She would discipline us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I was close both to my mom and dad. Yeah.
Joe, you need to read the sentence until end, lol. No, because I'm doing that because I'm stuck in between whether to read y'all chat or continue our review because sometimes it breaks our flow. Because like you say, me and Won-Jin, we're grandpas, so when we read your chat, I lose my train of thought. So it's like, where were we, Won-Jin? Where the fuck were we?
Constantly like remind ourselves like what we've been talking about.
Yeah, what the fuck were we talking about?
We're talking about episode 9 and how it completes the season.
Oh, and I also like the cast. I like how, because usually when they do a multi-ethnic cast like this, Like, in the past movies, I felt like it was kind of shown in a little.
Mm-hmm.
But here, I really enjoyed it. I like how, and this let's say it straight up. This series is straight feminist. It's one of those best. For me, it's one of the best feminist shows so far.
And it breaks a lot of stereotypes. We have a boy named Billy trying to be a witch.
Yeah,
you have to remember that, because like throughout history, witches always have been women.
Yeah, yeah. No, but this, I did read it because for me, it's not an extra piece of cake. It's like the real important piece of the cake. That's what I'm saying. But I respect your opinion, Zizzy. That it could feel like that because episode 8 definitely had the highs and lows of it. And I like the fact that Agatha and Billy is facing death because you can't beat death. Like, I think like technically she's stronger than Thanos. No.
I think if it's the same death from the comics, Thanos actually is also in love with.
Yeah, in the original comics.
In the original Infinity Wars.
Like he's trying to impress her. That's why he's doing all this. So, but I think Aubrey Plaza acted death so well because she's sexy, weird, cute, and horrifying at the same time. Yeah.
And I love like the detail again, because this show, I think we have to watch it again to catch all the details. After Agatha sacrificed herself and accepted death, and where she was lying turns into this like bed of flowers. It reminded me of the first episode, because when she was in that fake cop episode, she was investigating this murder and she sees like a woman who's face down, and when Billy wakes her up, she kind of like realizes the photo has changed into this like photos of daisies. Yeah.
Hey, so who, like, I wanted to ask your opinion on this. Who do you think the murder woman was? Is it like a symbol of all witches? Because this show is very unique in the fact that witches are not only presented as a prosecuted group, but Agatha is a killer of witches, which I thought was a very interesting choice. Like, they're antagonistic against each other, and I thought there was a lot of symbolism there, like black on black violence. Like, how the oppressed group is more like kill each other. I mean, maybe I'm reading too much into it because I did feel that way. Zetzi, she has the face of a true witch. Like, everything about her gives me witchy vibes. Oh, definitely.
Especially the moment she realizes that Billy is Wanda's son, and that smile she gives at him.
Yeah,
man, that was creepy.
Yeah, and I like how Billy is in denial too. And I like one of my favorite lines is, Billy's like, I killed all those people, and Wanda's like, no, like she's like, no, she made her own choice, and Miss, what's her name? Like, she's like, what's her name again? Oh, the gardening lady,
Sharon.
What was that her name? But Agatha is a witch hunter because they tried to kill her first. Yeah, I mean. Hey, Zezzy, though, but don't you think that was kind of left ambiguous, though? Because do they actually explain? Because
we from WandaVision, what we know is that she had done something that was like forbidden. That's why she was put to trial, and then they tried to kill her.
But the hint is that the forbidden thing is like killing other witches, right? Don't you think? Or
maybe she practiced what was like dark magic.
Yeah.
She wasn't supposed to.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to do something really, really bad to see your mother put you on a trial that could end up in death.
Right. Because besides Agatha, the other witches do seem to have this sort of we got to help each other out vibe, except Agatha. And Billy is basically like a Diet Coke version of Wanda so far, right? Because after watching Multiverse of Madness, she's straight villain, right?
That's right.
Like, the only person stopping Wanda was the other Wanda's and her child. The rest is just garbage.
Yeah, and it kind of like after watching that show, we were wondering, like, so what happened to all that, like overcoming the trauma and everything?
Yeah, it undid it all along. She didn't give a fuck. I still want to see my kids. I'll just take them away. Would Jurassic Park Fury be the same thing or no with casting, just like you said? Oh, Walker, let's talk about that in our Let's Talk. Because we were trying to focus on the review here.
So I wonder where this show is gonna go. Are they gonna come up with with another season, or will this like intertwined with one of the movies?
Probably with the movies, no, because they already hinted that Wanda's not dead. Because Agatha said she's dead, or maybe. So this show already showed that like ghost energy can be put in bodies and stuff. And we Won-Jin, that's a simple answer. We gotta find Tommy.
Oh yeah, that's right. We gotta find Tommy, and maybe that'll need another season, or
yeah. Says, well, you know, it was in her nature to do it. All she needed was a reason to start it, and the moment when he owned Coven turned on her, it was the perfect trigger and the perfect excuse. Yeah, I mean, but it still doesn't excuse her behavior, though. Yeah, she just, because even it's later revealed that she was straight up gonna kill these people. Like,
somehow,
yeah.
The fake song actually like opened the door. It's like, it's like what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, but to answer one of Zezi's question, one of my favorite characters, Jenny, is it her name? The healer?
Yes, the comedian from SNL.
Yeah.
Sashir.
Yeah.
I think that's her name. Sashir Zamata.
I like her. I like how she's the rational person in the group. What the fuck is going on? No. Like
and it was you.
Yeah.
I didn't have my power for a century because of you.
Yeah. I was just like, she's completely rational and being gaslighted by Agatha and everybody. Like, she's like the only normal person. And Lilia is just a weird grandma, but it turns out her dementia had a reason. So I like how these are like intertwined with like real life references. So she's one of my favorite characters. I mean, and then I gotta say, like, Agatha killed it. Like, she's definitely an anchor.
And we have to remember Kathryn Hahn, the actress who played Agatha. She's also done a lot of comedy movies.
Oh yeah.
So I know her a lot for like these dumb comedy roles.
Yeah.
But she did a brilliant job at pulling this off. I thought she was really good even in WandaVision.
Yeah.
And this definitely proves that this Agatha All Along deserves its own series.
Yeah, I mean, she played malice and charming at the same time, because when she was malicious, like she played really, really, really like you know, like just like Penguin, you can tell she's enjoying it. She's not it's not
and as audience we're like, oh my god, this is despicable.
And and it's not like a lion hunting a gazelle. It's lion taking its time. Like, and especially sad was when the protection witch died. But I love Death's line too. You were a protection witch. You were doing your job. Now let's go over here into the Death world. And I even love. I love it when a god like that talks to mortals. And she's like, and one of my favorite lines is from episode 4. I think she's like, I also heard somebody once, and Agatha like, no, you don't. She's dead. And I like that, because it reminded me a lot of what's that Brad Pitt movie?
The Meet Black Joe.
Yeah. I like
not Black Joe. I'm sorry, Joe Black.
Yeah, Meet Joe Black. I like how it's a cosmic entity trying to love this mortal in its own weird way.
And also, it reminds me of Lucifer from Constantine.
Right.
You know, like this goofy charm.
Yeah. And I like how she's charming until she just shows her power.
Yeah.
And she's the actual witch, laughing, cackling. And then I like how she toys with Agatha and Billy basically and get thrown around. It's just like, it's pointless. And she's just having fun. But I like how she tried to love this serial killer by letting her have a child, and then she hates you more for it. Because remember, like, in episode 7, was it? Agatha's like, okay, I'll give you Billy, right? Because we turned out she's been serving up these bodies to her all along. Yeah. But she's like, except I never want to see you again. And Death is like, what? You breaking up with me? It's this like sick toxic relationship between a mass murderer and a serial killer. And I love the vibe.
Yeah. So it had some very interesting takes, and I love how it was filled with a lot of details. The actors did a wonderful job.
Yeah.
And every episode, because this was like a journey along the what's it called, the Witch's Road, it kind of built up anticipation. Like, how will they like get over the next quest? How will they survive? Who's gonna die?
Yeah.
So that kept me interested and invested in the show.
Yeah, I love the tone shift, the casual tone shift between comedy and horror, because it's really horrifying. Because remember how when it's three left, Agatha, Billy, and Jin, they wake up in a morgue.
Yeah.
And then it's the last trial, and there's always this
some
countdown.
Like Stanley Kubrick shit.
Oh yeah,
with the light going off.
Yeah, yeah. Is this TV show Marvel? Yes, Scott Walker. This is a Marvel TV show, and I think it was intended for Halloween audiences too, because they dropped 2 episodes at the same time.
Yeah.
But anyway, we talked about favorite character, favorite scene. Did you mention your favorite character, favorite scene?
I think for me the favorite character was Lilia.
Oh.
Because I really liked her in the tarot card. And I love how Agatha basically like insults her bastically.
Yeah.
Tarots are subjective and blah 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 blah, and she's like, no bitch.
Yeah.
She just owns that scene.
And I like the ending of that episode because it's kind of like Inception.
Oh yes. When the tower like reverses, and that was also foreshadowed in the previous episode where she was doing this fortune telling for the Kaplan boy.
Yeah,
and it was like a puzzle, just like the way she put those cards on that empty spot. Like the pieces finally like fell into place, and as an audience, we finally understand. Oh, okay, so maybe this was supposed to happen.
No, and the ending was symbolic because it's kind of like Inception's Leonardo DiCaprio, where the top. Yeah, it's still spinning, and he's with her family. And I thought her turning to her younger self meant that she can live her life again. This time in linear, because she accepts her
fate.
Yeah, she accepts her faith and her power. That's why her grandmother's greeting her, and that's why time is an illusion. And that's why it's beautiful because Lilia's death isn't the end. It's a rebirth to her younger self.
Oh yeah. Oh, now that you say it, it all fits in thematically. Man, you're right. It's also a rebirth.
So that's why I felt like after episode 4, and then the first climax with episode 7 and episode 8, 9, I thought it was thematically rich and made sense like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's give a number grade.
I would give the show an 8. Yeah, it doesn't get a 9 from me or a 10 because, like I said earlier, some parts of the series it just doesn't feel coherent and consistent, and also it's in times it's quite unkind to the audience. So I hoped like certain episodes, like the important ones, were longer. So, but otherwise, would I rewatch the show? Definitely, because I know that there's a lot of detail I missed. Now that I've finished the show, if I watch it again, just like movies like Back to the Future, if I watch it again, I'm gonna see a lot of like these details that hint to what's gonna happen next and everything. So yes, I think this deserves an 8 from me.
Oh, Scott Walker, what are the chances Spider-Man or the Hulk would appear in the show? None, because the show is over and they did not appear. Hey boys, I was just watching a video earlier to get a new Spider movie. Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield might be making a return. Oh, symbiotes are going to be the main villain. That would be awesome. I mean, there's so many theory videos in YouTube though, so we'll have to see. I'm going to give it a 9 because while I agree with you on the kind of disjointed in the beginning, but I felt like since around episode 4 and 5 it started to build up, because remember WandaVision was like that too.
Yeah, we had no idea what the hell was going on until like after episode 3.
Yeah, but WandaVision, I guess, it was even more meta than this too, though. This one is not really meta. This one is a very, very, like Christopher Nolan story, but very traditional at heart. And because it's literally a road to self-discovery and rebirth, and the road ends with the story. But I thought it was thematically rich like that. So I'm going to give it episode 9 because of the strong writing and 3 actors. Agatha, Death, Aubrey Plaza, and everybody was great. Actually, I love the casting and the actor, and I think this is definitely like, I don't know if superhero movies gets Emmy these days, but episode 7 I think definitely very high level stuff. So JoeJinMovieSoAwesome gives this an 8.5, which means highly recommend. Oh, Zenzi, I would give it a 9.5.
9.5.
Yeah. A 9.5, because this was way better than a lot of other Marvel shows, definitely, and especially how they finished the season was very nice, and I feel like it was all put together in this complete frame. Yeah, I agree, Zenzi. I like how all the themes and threads come together in episode 7, 8, 9. It was you could argue that the earlier disjointed one was a build up to that.
Yeah.
And they're all songs about witches, and they all keep singing the witches wrote the song, which was well written, by the way. So JoeJinMovieSoAwesome gives it an 8.5, so it's a highly recommend. We're gonna take a short break, guys, and
we'll come back to talk about The Penguin season 1 episode 6.
Yeah, this has been JoeJinMovieSoAwesome. I'm Joe.
I'm Won-Jin.
We'll see you in a bit.
We'll be right back.
Bye. Boop. So anyway, Won-Jin, as I was talking, the raccoons had this coven at night, and they were about to sacrifice the squirrel. It looked like they were torturing it, like for information.
And that squirrel absorbed all the raccoon's powers, and they all like dried up instantly and became mummified.
Beware the Namsan witches. The